Good day, curious history buffs! Sir Chuckleton here, ready to unravel a most peculiar modern mystery. Cast your minds back, if you will, to a time not so long ago when the world collectively, well, lost its marbles over loo roll. Remember those images? Supermarket aisles, usually bustling, suddenly barren, stripped clean. It was a phenomenon, wasn't it? A global scramble for something utterly mundane. Toilet paper, of all things. We saw it everywhere. Australia, America, Europe, even little old Britain. Empty shelves. The humble toilet roll, elevated to a status symbol, a precious commodity. But why? Why did perfectly rational people suddenly feel compelled to hoard mountains of perforated paper? Was it a sudden collective bladder weakness epidemic? Or perhaps a deep-seated primal fear of running out? Join me as we delve into the peculiar psychology behind the empty shelves phenomenon and explore the fascinating, slightly absurd human behaviors that emerge when perceived scarcity meets a dash of societal panic. It's a tale of toilet paper, human nature, and a surprising amount of social science.
Welcome, curious connoisseurs of the past. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to unearth some rather peculiar moments when the most mundane commodities sparked utter chaos. Today, we're diving into the curious cases of salt and sugar. Two substances we barely give a second thought to, yet they once dictated empires and ignited panics. Imagine ancient Rome. Not the grand colosseums or the senatorial debates, but the humble salt shaker. Roman soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, their salarium, a term that gives us our very own salary. A shortage wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a crisis, a collapse of commerce, and a literal threat to life itself. Fast forward to the age of exploration. Sugar, that sweet, crystalline delight, became the new gold. Entire economies hinged on its production. Colonial powers hoarded it, fought over it, and the very thought of its scarcity could send markets into a frenzy. From a fundamental need for preservation to a craving for sweet indulgence, these panics highlight a fascinating and often irrational interplay between scarcity, economics, and our very basic human desires. So, next time you sprinkle salt or sweeten your tea, remember the echoes from a past when these simple ingredients moved mountains and occasionally nations.
Welcome, history buffs and psychology enthusiasts, to a dive into the primal brain. Today, we explore scarcity and fear. Ever wonder why a sudden shortage makes people hoard? It's not just panic, it's deep-seated biology. Millions of years ago, resources were truly scarce. Our ancestors who hoarded when threats loomed survived. They passed on those vigilant, paranoid genes. This isn't just ancient history, it's hardwired into our very being. This evolutionary legacy manifests as loss aversion. The pain of losing something feels twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining an equivalent. The threat of losing access, be it basic necessities or that last pizza slice, triggers an intense, irrational urge to secure it. Imagine a caveman seeing a shrinking berry bush. His brain screams, "Grab them all!" Fast forward to a supermarket's out-of-stock sign. That same ancient alarm bell rings. Our rational minds often take a back seat to this deeply ingrained survival instinct. Understanding this helps us navigate our irrational responses to perceived threats. It's a fascinating, chaotic feature of our shared human experience.
Greetings, history hounds and psychology enthusiasts! Sir Chuckleton here, ready to untangle the peculiar herd mentality. Imagine a bustling antiquity marketplace. A vendor cries, "Last chance for genuine cynic philosophy, half price." One curious soul buys, then another. Soon a small crowd forms. Why? It's not the product, it's the sight of others buying. This is social contagion, folks. Our brains often take mental shortcuts. When we see others rush, our primordial fear of missing out blares. Hidden gem, secret bargain, or others. Buying. This is social contagion, folks. Our brains often take mental shortcuts. When we see others rush, our primordial fear of missing out blares. Hidden gem, secret bargain, or a stampede. Historically, this collective panic fueled everything from Dutch tulip mania, prices soaring on pure speculation, to actual physical rushes. Anxiety becomes infectious, spreading faster than scandal. One person's nervousness feeds another's, creating a feedback loop of apprehension. Individual rational thought gets trampled by collective hooves of perceived necessity. It's less about logic and more about the primal urge not to be left behind, or worse, caught in front of the stampede. Fascinating, isn't it? A captivating dance of psychology and sociology.
Greetings, fellow connoisseurs of curious conundrums. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to unravel a modern mystery, the perplexing puzzle of the supply chain. Imagine your morning toast. Simple, right? Yet that crunchy delight relies on a ballet of logistics. Wheat, mill, factory, transport, shelf. It's an intricate dance meticulously choreographed for just-in-time efficiency. Every step precisely timed. But what happens when the music changes? A whisper of scarcity, a hint of shortage ripples through the collective consciousness. Panic buying, my friends. It's a powerful psychological phenomenon. One person grabs extra, then 2, then 20. Soon shelves, designed for steady demand, are bare. Not due to lack of product, but because the rate of demand utterly swamped the rate of supply. This finely tuned mechanism shatters. A small surge creates a tsunami. Factories overwhelmed, deliveries bottlenecked. Shelves remain empty. The house of cards collapses. It's a fascinating lesson in how human behavior, even in small increments, cascades into a global economic ripple. A truly curious history indeed.
Right, chaps, let's discuss panic. Historically, rumors spread like gossip at a Renaissance court. Word of mouth, exaggeration, dramatic gasps. Think Great Tulip Mania or the South Sea Bubble. Information traveled at carriage speed or a fast pigeons. Fear existed, but it had a dignified pace. Now, fast forward to our digital age. An anecdote, someone couldn't find toilet paper, isn't just a local grumble. It's instantaneously amplified. A single tweet, a TikTok, a shared article. Algorithms, those tireless digital librarians, register the surge. They don't discern truth from triviality. They see engagement. They see interest. And what happens? They feed us more of it. This creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. A minor inconvenience morphs into a perceived universal shortage, fueled by relentless, seemingly corroborating content. Fear isn't just spread, it's curated, magnified. We're no longer dealing with a single rumor, but 1,000 personalized echo chambers, each intensifying the crisis. It's less a whisper network, more a global, algorithmic megaphone. Quite the spectacle, wouldn't you say?
Greetings, curious chroniclers. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to plunge into a truly unthinkable hypothetical. Imagine a world utterly, irrevocably, disastrously bereft of toilet paper. Gasp! Modern sanitation torn asunder. Panic would ensue, a global crisis messier than any financial meltdown. Our neat queues replaced by desperate foraging in the produce aisle for
alternatives. Oh, the humanity! Or perhaps botanical diversity. Historically, necessity birthed invention. The ancient Romans, those titans of engineering, famously employed the xylospongium, a sponge on a stick shared amongst bathhouse patrons. A communal solution perhaps, but certainly not for the faint of posterior. Public health challenges indeed. The Vikings? Moss, snow. Native Americans? Corn cobs. Colonial Americans? Almanac pages, giving reading between the lines a practical new meaning. Nature provides leaves, river stones, seashells, ingenuity of survival. So what would we do? Revert to ancient methods? Perhaps the bidet finally gets its global moment. Or technology leaps forward with an ingenious, slightly alarming sonic butt cleaner. Imagine the entrepreneurial scramble. From plush two-ply to a smooth river stone. A truly bottom-line economic shift. Until next time, keep pondering the unthinkable.
Greetings, purveyors of peace. Sir Chuckleton here, ready to dissect that vexing phenomenon, panic. That delightful cocktail of alarm bells and irrational urges, often served with hasty decisions. But fear not, humanity has devised antidotes. Our journey begins in ancient Greece with the Stoics. Imagine Marcus Aurelius, not as emperor, but a life coach jotting control versus observe. His core tenet, echoed by Epictetus, distinguish what's within your power from what's not. Your thoughts? Yes. The weather? Not unless you're Zeus. This isn't emotional suppression, it's thoughtful discernment. Modern psychology, especially CBT, sings a similar tune. It's about recognizing unhelpful thought patterns and gently redirecting them. A crisis isn't just an external event, it's also your interpretation. So, when the metaphorical asteroid hurtles towards your tea party, don't spill the Earl Grey. Pause. Breathe. Ask, is this truly within my influence? If it is, act. If not, practice acceptance. This mental fortitude is a muscle. It strengthens with conscious exercise. Now, pass the dumbbells.
And so, my dear curious companions, we arrive at the grand denouement of our rather absorbent adventure. The Great Loo Roll Saga, far from being a mere domestic inconvenience, offers a surprisingly profound lens into the human condition. It was a masterclass in behavioral economics, a spontaneous sociological experiment played out in supermarket aisles. At its core, it wasn't just about toilet paper. Oh no, it was about fear, the primal fear of scarcity, amplified by collective uncertainty. One person's nervous twitch for an extra pack became a societal ripple, then a tidal wave of panic buying, a fascinating, if slightly comical testament to the power of herd mentality. But here's the unexpected twist. From this peculiar pandemonium emerged glimpses of something truly remarkable. It showed us our incredible interconnectedness, how one individual's action, however small, can affect countless others. And perhaps more poignantly, it highlighted the enduring spirit of community, of neighbors sharing, of humor blooming amidst the absurdity. So, the next time you encounter an empty shelf, remember the loo roll, not just as a roll, but as a mirror reflecting our shared anxieties, our vulnerabilities, and our extraordinary capacity for both collective folly and communal compassion. A truly Rolls-Royce lesson, wouldn't you agree?